Those IKEA veggie balls are tasty, but they're terrible for your health and you shouldn't eat them. Why don't I show you how to make a healthy version? Let's do it together. Come on in. Hey everybody, this is Dylan.
And Reeves.
I know it can be exciting when you see those vegan options pop up and you think, oh, I've got something I can eat at this and this place. Usually that is not the case because they're all poison for your health. You gotta make the healthy stuff yourself, but make it so fast and easy that it's still fun and enjoyable to do so. Today we are making a healthy version of the IKEA veggie balls. These ones you can eat without stopping. You can go all the way through them. You can even order yourself another batch, you know what I mean? And just dig right in. The healthy version of these veggie balls is indeed full of veggies, and you won't find any of the fake soy isolate and oleoleic oils and all of the garbage. This is real food. Folks, get in here, Reeves. Let's make some veggie balls. We have a little bit of prep to do. I want some shredded carrot and some shredded cabbage, and since we're already going to be using the food processor for this, I'll just use that baby to shred. Now, do I want the coarse or the fine? We'll try fine. I'm going to do one big carrot. We might not be using everything I shred, but that's okay. You'll use it throughout the week. This thing shreds quickly. Gorgeously shredded carrot. Isn't that lovely? Now we don't have to go and clean this perfectly. We can keep it just like that for the cabbage, no big deal. They're both going in the dish. Let's keep going. We're doing some cabbage. I need like 2 cups of cabbage. I might need to cut this a little smaller to go down the chute. Let's keep shredding. Of course you can use a regular shredder for this. You know, the hand shredder, that works just fine. But we're using the food processor because we're already gonna be using it. Send it down the chute. It's looking real fine. I think for the cabbage, we need to go with the coarse.
Yeah, maybe.
All you gotta do is flip your blade over with this baby.
We have extra, you can make a coleslaw.
Definitely. We've got our cabbage and our carrots prepped, but one thing I should probably tell you, step 1 is to soak beans overnight. We need to soak some chickpeas. It's just a half a cup of chickpeas. Don't forget to soak them. And now we're gonna grind them in the food processor. I'll just strain out this water.
Just like our falafel recipe.
It does start like our falafel recipe, which you should definitely check out. That was a really popular recipe. For the rest of this, we are switching to the S blade. I'm throwing it in, and we're gonna start by grinding those chickpeas that we soaked. There's still a little bit of water in there. Don't want any of that extra water. We're gonna give these a grind until they're pretty smooth, not like, you know, they can still be coarse, but they shouldn't have big chunks. We want it to be kind of consistent. Perfect. We're gonna cook them in the oven when we make the balls. We didn't pound it into nothing, but it's still nice and coarse, but it can be made into a ball. Now we're just gonna set that aside. I have more things to grind, but we're not gonna grind it with the chickpeas. Next up is some onion, bell pepper, and garlic. Yeah, you could mince this by hand and chop it up real nice and small on your cutting board, but since we're already using the food processor, why wouldn't we just keep that going, you know what I mean? All we gotta do is peel this thing, and then we'll just kind of quarter it or eighth it, whatever. We're just helping the machine a little. Throw that in, boom. Now we can throw in a bell pepper too. Same thing, we'll core it, and we can leave it in some chunky pieces, just like that. That's good enough, whatever.
That's my kind of chopping.
That is easy chopping. Throw it in there, a few cloves of garlic. Absolutely necessary in just about every dish. Haha, look at that. Okay, let's check it out. Take your spatula, scrape the sides down one time, and then that should get all of the little bits. Look at that, pretty nice. Still coarse, not totally pulverized into nothing. Let's throw that mixture into our skillet and boom, let's go to the stove. We're making a veggie ball. We don't want it to be mushy and fall apart, so we need to get as much water out of this as we can. So really what we're doing by cooking this isn't that it needs to be cooked, it would cook in the oven, but we need to get some water out. So we're gonna be letting this sort of saute without adding any juice, just to sweat out the water. A tiny bit more prep. I've got some spinach here. We need to chop it up. We don't want big pieces of spinach in our balls. We gotta chop those spinaches up. Let's throw it right in the pan. Look how this has dried out. I haven't added any liquid to this, and you see all that liquid has come out of the onion and the bell pepper, thanks to it being chopped so finely minced, you know? So let's get the spinach in there. It's gonna do some of the same. You're gonna see a little bit of water come out of it as well. You can already see it's a little bit wetter on the bottom of the pan just from adding the spinach. Just keep sweating. Okay, we want about 2 cups of the cabbage too. I've got way too much, so it's good to measure. Boom, I love it. Let's do that. Get that in there. Only about a half a cup of carrot. That's pretty good, okay? Mm-hmm. Here we go. Ooh, it's sticking to the bottom a little. Keep it stirring, keep it stirring. You can turn down your heat if there's just not that much liquid. Just turn the heat down a little. Peas, we gotta get some green peas in there and a little bit of corn. We went with the fire roasted corn, yum, but any kind of corn, frozen corn, canned corn. The whole recipe is down below in the description box. You can get all the exact amounts. These are looking like a very beautiful ball. I can tell that it's gonna make some nice balls.
I'm gonna just take a scoop out of the pan.
Ooh, I forgot to chop my cilantro. Back to the cutting board, quick. Chop up a little cilantro. I just need like a couple tablespoons worth. That's about a couple tablespoons, okay? Let's do it. Bam, bam, bam. Then we've got some Italian seasoning. Throw that in there.
But aren't these Swedish?
They are Swedish, but we all borrow from different cultures. A little bit of crushed red pepper. If you don't want it spicy, you can leave this out. Don't worry. Turmeric. These are gonna give it some nice color and health. We gotta do some black pepper as well. We made ours a little spicy, but we're having fun. In go our ground up raw chickpeas. They've just been soaked. We're gonna keep stirring all this, bringing all this flavor together. Heat everything through, get everything nice and dry, and then that's it. You can remove it from heat after that. Check this out, it's nice and dry. We've gotten all that moisture out. It's still hot, so we need to let it cool so we don't burn our hands making these into balls. Just cooling it down with Luca's food cooler. You gotta have a cold button on this. You can't be blowing hot air, you're never gonna cool it down. Y'all, I suspect we don't even need the parchment, but just as a test, we'll do a half and half, okay? And we'll see if they stick to this too much. Because I do want some more airflow in the oven to help them cook. So let's make balls.
Not everyone has an airflow pan like that, but I sure enjoy it.
It's really nice for this countertop air fryer. Boom, how's that look for a veggie ball?
Oh,
it's gorgeous.
beautiful.
They hold together. If they were not nice and dry, this would not work out so well. So if you have some problems making balls out of this mixture, you gotta make sure you cook it longer on the stove to get all the moisture out. They're not gonna rise or anything, so you can leave them pretty close to each other.
And the other thing I want to tell people, because they can't experience it, is the aroma and menagerie of scents in this room is incredible.
It's really good in here right now. I love it. All right, Reeves, fast forward. We gotta get these babies in the oven. Look at that, this made 27 veggie balls. That is pretty sweet. Let's bake them. The balls are cooking, let's make a sauce to go with it. You need something to dip those balls in, so we are making a tasty, creamy, little cashew sesame sauce. All the recipes for both of these, by the way, the balls and the sauce, are down in the description box of this video. I'm throwing a little soy milk in the blender. I've got some cashews and some sesame seeds. If you don't have a high-speed blender, you may need to soak the cashews, but this is a Vitamix, so it'll grind it up just fine. Here's a couple of deglet dates. Nice, give them a little squeeze. Make sure the pits aren't in there. And then we're gonna add a little bit of salt to this one in the form of soy sauce or tamari or whatever salt you like. You don't have to do it. You can just make it a creamy sauce. And a little bit of tang. We're throwing in about a teaspoon or so, an overflowing teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Let's blend it up. All right, let's have a little taste.
Nice little dipping sauce.
That is a nice dipping sauce. I can't wait for those balls. We gotta let them cool down too, or they'll fall apart.
Finally something I can try first because we let them cool down. Look at how cute they are.
Did they stick to the other side?
That's a good question. Oh.
Be careful.
Yep.
Is it a bad stick?
It might be a bad stick there, Dill. I don't know why you had to live life on the veg like that. Look.
A bit of a stick there. What about the spatula? Not so bad.
It's like every vegetable that exists in this ball. I'm double dipping, I don't care. Oh wow, it is so flavorful. You have so much more flavor in these than the oily garbage you can get out.
Yeah, it doesn't help when they're just fried in oil. You can't really taste the veggie.
Bring this to a party and you'll be popular.
Oh, please. They come right off. Oh my gosh. It is
What, you
no
destroyed
problem.
them.
What? There is zero destruction has occurred. Let's have a taste. Mmm, really excellent. As you can see, they did brown a little bit. We didn't flip them or anything, and they came out great. We got a tasty sauce to go with it. Try these out, take them to a party like Reeb said, or just enjoy them on a weekend as a little treat. Do it ASAP and let us know what you think. All the recipes are down below in the description box. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.